I think working in a small space is a really fun challenge, and this is a different space than a lot of houses in Toronto. When the clients called us and said we have a really challenging house, I said, oh well, we've done that sort of house a lot in Toronto. And then we came into this completely square house that had a completely different set of challenges. I would say we were sort of inspired by Brooklyn lofts, something that was a little industrial, and we exposed the brick and the staircase. We wanted to really show a little bit of the history of the house and then make it more interesting. The homeowners wanted a chef's kitchen. They wanted a kitchen they could cook in. They wanted a space they could entertain in. They didn't want, shaker style kitchen. They wanted something that had a little bit of edge and interest to it. I think the most interesting element that we brought was the porcelain tile that's on the floor. They really wanted something that we could use the same material through the whole space. We heated the floor, so it's amazing and warm and cozy, but has that really great rough industrial look. The biggest problem we had was giving the homeowners the size of the kitchen they wanted, and we didn't have enough space for a separate dining room. And we talked about just eating around an island. They didn't like that idea. So we came up with an idea of a table that folds into an island and is able to pull out, and the bench pops out and they can have seating for 10. We've never designed a piece of furniture that is as multi-purpose to the point where we had to find the right furniture maker to build it. It was really a design solution, and when it worked, we were just thrilled. There was a lot of play in what the ceiling looked like to make the light fixture work over the island. And also we had to be aware that when the table pulls out, the light fixture had to be able to sit both over the island and over the table. So the choice of the fixture was also an important part of the space. Probably the hardest part actually was the staircase. We had an idea to have slats of wood going from floor to ceiling. We'd seen it in several other design magazines. Obviously it's something that's been done. We weren't inventing the wheel, but when we actually went to make it, the woodworker said that because of our humidity and our weather, these pieces would warp and bend. So we ended up having to come up with a design of cross pieces to stabilize it, and we think it turned out well. The bathroom actually was added on a little bit later. We liked the idea of repeating the same concrete tile in the bathroom. We had their existing clawfoot tub refinished, and then the idea was to actually tile the back wall and put in a niche that was functional, because often in clawfoot tubs there's nowhere to put your shampoo bottles. The medicine cabinet is recessed. So it was really about keeping it functional with more storage space and the aesthetic of the main floor continuing. I would say this space is multifunctional. It lives as kind of a big chef's kitchen with kind of a side seating area, but to be able to get a nice size sitting room and entertaining space is pretty great.